Hi, friends. Welcome to a really quick, um, brief catch up on some things going on. So, I had the honor of doing the leadership call this morning and had a lot of questions about the growth school that I talked about. So, I have to give huge props to my friend and fellow Superstar director, Sarah Thomas, who really got me. She got me totally set up on this whole program. She's the one who taught me how to do it, told me what I needed to do. And I will say that it has completely changed my outlook on my business and greatly helped a lot of my teamies. So I want to quickly talk through it very quick. And I know I'm doing this live, so if anybody pops on, I'm probably going to ignore your comment because I just wanted to talk through what this program is. So 6 weeks ago, we started a 6 week growth school on my team. Here are the requirements. They just had to want to grow. It is not a challenge based system. It's not a challenge based 6 week program. It is a goal focused, intentional action, mindset um, heavy program. So all they had to do was opt into the program, decide they want to do it. They only requirements were they had to watch each of our, we do a once a week meeting. We call it our end of week meeting with one prep call. So 6 weeks of calls, one prep call at the beginning. We used an action plan workbook that walked them through setting their goals. So everybody sets two business goals and one personal goal for the duration of the 6 weeks. And they set those goals based on things that feel good to them. It's really, really important that their goal feels good. So during prep week, we walk through what that looks like. We walk through the action plan workbook that after they set their goals, they start to make a list of tasks that they're going to do to achieve those goals. And then every week they do a brain dump. And every week they do a planning of what tasks are happening when, etc. So that's really like the gist of it. Ridiculously simple. And we paired it with this book by Dana Wilde called Train Your Brain. And it has been such a game changer. This is like the meat and potatoes of the whole program. The goal's really important and the accountability in the goal, which I'll talk about in just a second, how we track that. But this book in itself was such a mindset shift for me. It is all about becoming aware of our unconscious thoughts and how they affect everything, how thought precedes emotion, which precedes action, and how we are so often unaware of our own thoughts. Really quickly, before I continue and tell you a little bit more about the program, I want to tell you how it's affected me. So, for the past 5 years, have really kind of struggled this internal struggle of feeling like I can either one, be really great at this business and crush it and lead from the front and do all the things in the business that I want to do. Or two, my business can be what it is and I can do it, but not great. And I can chase all the dreams that these other dreams in my heart that I want to chase, writing a book, building a wedding venue and hosting retreats. And I started to believe that it was one or the other. And I didn't realize that that's what I was believing. But I was. I was very, very unconsciously believing that it was one or the other, that I could not do both well. And gosh, what I've learned reading this book is says who? Like, says who that I can't do all of those things well, that I can't lead from the front in this business and do it really, really well? Who says that I can't do that and finish writing my book and build this wedding venue and write this business plan for all these things, all these dreams that we're chasing? Says who? I can do all of those things. And so I really started looking at my thoughts because it's our thoughts that precede everything and really kind of diving down into I want to feel good about my business and what do I need to do that? And I started really working on my language, and Sarah and I actually got on the phone. And I was like, one of the things you'll do in Train Your Brain is write a mantra about your business. And I was really struggling with my mantra because I didn't know what it should be, and I told her, "This is what I'm struggling with, like, and this is kind of what I've always struggled with the past few years is, can I do all these things at one time? Can I be really great in this business and do X, Y, and Z?" And so she started walking me through, she's like, "I really think there's, like, some negative and false beliefs there about what you believe is possible." And so we just started working on positive self-talk, and I went through kind of a range of things, and I went through, like, She's like, I think you need a statement of gratitude, which we started working on a statement of gratitude. I'm so grateful that I get to focus on my faith and my family and my marriage and writing and gardening and all the other things that I want to do in my life while also running a thriving business. That's not my mantra. It was just some positive self talk. But we got to me starting to say, as I chase every dream placed on my heart, which I started by being really specific and like listing out the dreams, but then I was like, that's kind of silly because I know what they are. So as I chase every dream placed on my heart, my business grows bigger and bigger. That simple statement in and of itself has really radically shifted the way that I'm seeing my business, the excitement that I have towards it, and it's producing action that is getting results. It sounds so counterintuitive. Like, how can you really believe that you can do all of those things and lead from the front and be successful and whatever, fill in the blank, right? But it has been such a game changer for the way that I view my business and the action that I take in it. I'm just being smarter. One of the things you'll learn and train your brain is as you focus on your words and you focus on your thoughts and the things that you're believing, that you'll also start to do the work of focusing on intentional action that you're taking and how the action that we take needs to be action that feels good, not just action that we feel like we should do. She talks a lot about how when you're in a place where you're frustrated or um, feeling negative about your business, how it's really important that you don't act when you feel that way. That instead you focus on traveling the emotional scale, which you learn how to do in the book, going from I'm frustrated or I'm angry to I'm getting more hopeful or I'm having more belief or I'm getting to a place of knowing that this is going to happen or now I have joy in my business where you move down the emotional scale from despair or frustration to hope. And when you get to a more positive emotional state, that's when you choose to act in your business. And because you're in a positive emotional state, the things that you do produce greater results. Where oftentimes when you act out of frustration or despair, um, that you don't get any results, and that's not helpful. So it's just one of the things that you'll learn in the book. So everybody reads the book. We broke it down in chapters over the 6 weeks. There's experiments that you do. They're called mindware experiments. It's all laid out there. It's super simple. And here's the other thing that we do that is really game changer. So we do our weekly end of week meeting where we just recap. Here's what we learned about. How are your mantras? Like how are things going? And we talk a lot about our thoughts. And then um, we track our progress. So one of the things that they have to do every single week, and that's part of their homework, quote unquote, is they have to get on our team page and track their progress on their goals. So not just saying this is how far I got, it's actually doing the math to say, okay, if one of your goals was 3,000 PRV and you achieved 1,000 of that, I don't have my calculator. You do the math and you tell me what the percentage of that goal completed is. So, for instance, a memento. Somebody that's really probably smart has already done it. Oh, no, one more zero. No. You start with the smallest number, divide it by the biggest number. So I took 1,000 divided by 3,000. I get 0.33, which means I'm 34% completed of that goal. If I've sold 1,000 of my 3,000, duh, that's easy math. I could have done that. So you're 34%. You guys see, anybody can do this. 34% completed on that goal. So you would do the same thing for recruits. Like one of my goals was 3 recruits over the 6 weeks. And I have 2 right now. It's the last week. So I'm 67% completed towards that goal. 67% completed. So the cool thing it does is it provides accountability in that because they're having to report that and look at how far they've come. But then it also is providing that focus on where I know I need to focus. So if I'm like, for instance, we're beginning week 6 right now with our group. I've hit my PRV goal. I need one more recruit, but my personal goal is lacking. And so I know that a lot of my focus this week is going to be on my personal goal. And it clearly identifies like that's what I need to work on. So it's a super, super simple program. Mine's called Growth School because everything in our team is about growth. But I do think it's something that you could implement this week, that you could get started on. The action plan workbook is actually really, really simple. I don't have a link to send you. It's something that Sarah made that I didn't make that I do not have in a shareable form, but it is literally just an explanation of how to do the math on their percentage goals. It's a place for them to say, here's my two business goals, my one personal goal. And then it's a place for them to brain dump every week, to plan their tasks every week. Um, super, super, super simple. Um, Anybody could do this program. And the cool thing is, it's all focused on getting your mind in the right place and focusing on feeling good about your business. So I think that it is something you would love regardless of where you're at or what you're working towards in your business. If you're not a director, it doesn't matter. Anybody could do this program. You could do it by yourself first and challenge yourself to do this for 6 weeks, get through the book. Um, what was I going to say? Set your goals, hold yourself accountable to those goals. Super helpful. Or get some friends together. If you don't have a full team, but you have other people that you know in the business doing it, put some people together and start to work together on, bye, love you, on getting this together. So, um, anyways, I hope that it's helpful. I hope it's an idea. Hopefully, it'll, if you've just been looking for something that you know you wanted a little more intentionality, maybe this is something you can implement. And I hope that you do. If you do, I'd love to know about it. I'd love to hear what you've learned. It's been helpful for me in my business, but also in my personal life for sure. So, wherever you find yourself, I think you'd benefit from it. Um, Yes, Phaedra, friend, I miss you so much, and you do need to read this. It's so, so amazing. It's such a great mindset shifter of no matter what you're working through or growing towards, it just puts your head in the right space and teaches you really how to help control your thoughts, which control your emotions, which control your actions. It's a game changer. Um, so, anyways, love you guys. I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you later.